Hello, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of the TrustIsYou.com and a podcast called Stop Paying Capital Gains Now with an exclamation mark. I want to teach you about the Spendthrift Trust because so few people have ever heard of this. At my website, thetrustisYou.com, I have a free 18-minute video I will email to you so you can watch it on your own time because so few people don't know it. The Spendthrift Trust is legal, patented, in the IRS Tax Code 643B, like Bravo, and it's going to save you it's going to save you in three very important ways. Number one, save you federal taxes year after year, generation after generation. You pay for it once, and it's going to save you. You're going to leave a legacy. Number two, it's going to keep your information 100% private. Unfortunately, there's a rumor out there that your LLC, S Corp, or C Corp does this. It does not. I can write a Freedom of Information Act to either the Secretary of State or to the Corporation Commission and ask about the LLC and get all that information. And number three, probably the most important thing, I can't stop you from being sued, but you will pay no judgments if you are sued. So they're going to sue the individual, but from Nelson Rockefeller's old adage, own nothing, control everything. That's what's happening there. So I want you to think about this. I'm going to ask you three yes or no questions, so I want you to think about this. Number one, do you want to leave a legacy for your family, generation after generation after generation? I just got a brand new grandniece. Welcome to the world, Athena. She was able to, she's now part of the trust. I'm sorry I don't bring anybody on live because the last time I did, they were naked. Number two, do you want to save federal taxes year after year, generation after generation? Who doesn't? Who doesn't? And number three, have you heard of the following families? Just think yes or no. Have you heard of the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys? All four of these families have the Spendthrift Trust. If they can have the Spendthrift Trust, you and I should have the Spendthrift Trust. Now, just to give you an idea, there's going to be two trusts. The business trust is for 1099 income earners. You're going to save at least 70% every single year on your federal taxes, year after year, generation after generation. As an example, a friend of mine, Roberto, he has two New York-style pizzerias here in the Charlotte area. My friend Ingrid and I stopped by to have a late lunch. We went door knocking, and then we sat there and talked for about 3 hours. We were just gossiping away. As we were getting up to leave, Roberto asked for my business card. The next week, I met him and his wife, Marianne. We sat down. We had a conversation. They are making about $15,000 in 1099 income every single month between the two pizzerias. That's $180,000 a year. And at 70%, he's going to save over $21,000 every single year in federal taxes. He's ecstatic. So in 2024, he's going to open a third pizzeria. And in 2025, he'll open a fourth pizzeria. He and his wife are going to work for another 10 years. They're going to retire in 2033. They're going to leave two pizzerias to one child, two pizzerias to the other child. The children will not pay any inheritance tax, and they will also save 1099 income generation after generation after generation. This is changing people's lives only for the better. What do you think you could do with the money you're saving with the federal taxes? It's your money. You could pay off your mortgage. You could buy a new car. You could pay off your kids' student loans. You could open up a third pizzeria or a fourth pizzeria. It's an amazing way to do things. Now, most people don't want to talk about death and taxes. I get that. They're taboo subjects here in the United States. And also, it's confusing. There are 7 different layers from 10% to 37%. There's 7 different layers of how you pay your taxes. And there's 4 ways to do this. You could do it single. You could do it head of household. You could do it jointly, married jointly, or married separately. It's a little bit confusing. So I'm offering you to make a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me at thetrustisYou.com. I will need to know how much money you made and how you file your taxes. I need those 2 pieces of information from you. Now, my personal story. I'm not trying to grow, but I have had this trust since September of 2000. And so it's been 3 years, and I have done 29 wholesale deals. Woohoo! Yay, Sally. I have 12 notes that are paying me monthly. Yay, Sally. I have a crypto bot that pays me every single day. It's between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Every time it moves, I get paid a little bit of money. And I have run 3 online businesses, which are my 1099 income. I do have the business trust that saves 1099 income and the beneficial trust. I haven't talked about the beneficial trust. The beneficial trust is for any and all investors. Passive investor, real estate investor, crypto miner, stock market investing, dividend investing, day trader, binary trader, futures trader, forex trader, or if you're in, have royalties. Maybe you're an actor, a songwriter, a musician. Maybe you're in the NFT world, NFT real estate, NFT crypto, NFT artwork. Or if you have mineral rights. I actually sell the trust as a royalty, so I don't pay any taxes on it. Yay, Sally. My story. I became a real estate investor back in 2018. My oldest nephew, Gregory, got married October 28th, 2018. My mom and dad drove from Goodyear, Arizona, 20 miles west of Phoenix, to the Charlotte area. Along the way, my mom got dehydrated and she got septic of the blood. She was on the ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. She got better. Thank God she got better. I was working as a Medicare broker in Phoenix, a horrible job. I was working as a Medicare broker in Phoenix. I worked until 8 o'clock, because it's open enrollment during October. I worked till 8 o'clock Phoenix time, caught a red eye, flew to Charlotte for the wedding. Gregory's younger brother, Aiden, picked me up. We went to IHOP for breakfast, and then we went to the hospital to see my mom. We walked in, and the priest was giving my mom last rites. My world stopped moving. I didn't know my mom was that sick. She got better. I was living in Phoenix. They were living in Goodyear. 3 times a week, I was going out there. I was doing their mail because my dad stayed with my mom in Charlotte for 9 months. They only planned to be there for 2 weeks. They didn't plan to be gone for 9 months. I'm doing their mail. First week of December, a letter 27 pages thick, this thick, was my mom's Medicare statement. When I opened it up, unfolded the 27 pages, big bold letters, it said her 1 month in the hospital was costing $172,000. That's a lot of money. Thank God, my dad was a retired military officer. They had TRICARE for life, and my mom was getting the best care possible. She got better. She came home. Thank God I had extra time with her. But right there in my parents' kitchen, I called my friend Glenn, who was a real estate investor. He had invited me to a meeting in August. Went to the meeting, and I said, hey, open enrollment's coming. I'm going to be super busy. I don't want to start real estate investing. Well, Sally changed her mind. Glenn says to me, next weekend, we're having a Christmas potluck. Bring some food and a $5 gift. I went to a party. That was the best thing ever. If y'all want to learn about real estate investing, please send me a message here on TikTok. Say, hey, Sally, I want to learn more about this. I'll give you, you can come to property tours either Tuesday night or Wednesday night to find out about that. So I became a real estate investor doing really, really well. Fast forward, I'm doing my taxes in 2020 for 2019. I made too much money, and I was doing bank-owned properties. I was made too much money in capital gains, short-term capital gains. I had to get on a payment plan. I was embarrassed. Most people don't know that story. So I'm on a payment plan with the IRS. I found out my tax rate was 24%, and I was paying them per month. I knew this. July of 2020, I took down the deal of the week. It was a $20,000 contract for a bank-owned reverse mortgage in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. My brother lives in Charlotte. Rocky Mount's an hour east of Raleigh. So I'm like, oh, Charlotte, North Carolina. I can now pay for my travel there to say I have to go look at my property. I did that twice. Yay. The ways I use my LLC. So it was a bank-owned property. I was buying it for $20,000. It was going to go to auction for $50,000. Yay, Sally. That $30,000 spread, I'm going to make $30,000 without picking up a hammer. At 24%, I knew my tax rate would be $7,180 in the profits on that capital gains for that property. Again, the beneficial trust is for all investors. I think I didn't tell you all this. You will no longer pay short-term capital gains, long-term capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rental income, and royalties. Major ways of saving money. Again, this was July of 2020. All the court systems are shut down because of COVID. It didn't go to auction for 13 months. In my national real estate group, I'm in the Phoenix office group, doing it there. My national real estate group, there's a gentleman named Garrett Gunderson. He wrote a book called What the Rockefellers Do. I had read it before and I went back to it because the Rockefellers have this trust and they don't pay taxes. Why can't I do this? I researched my background, competitive intelligence. I found the private law firm in Texas that has a patent on this. It's called the Benson Financial Trust. It's the patent's 71 years old. And I became their client. The law firm has a trust they have inherited from another law firm that is turning 350 years old in 2023, before we were even a country. This trust comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, the guy who got in trouble for chopping off his wives' heads, he got in trouble, so he started a church so he could divorce his wives. Hey, murder them, now start a church. He went to go tax the lords and ladies. The lords and ladies of England went further back to the Magna Carta, and it became contract law in UK. This came to the United States while we were still a colony, and it is in our IRS tax codes. Most people do not realize the IRS tax code today only went into effect in February of 1913. Get the right century. 1913. It was supposed to be 6 years because the federal government was broke and they were getting ready to get into World War II. That tax code has expanded so much. My background, my undergraduate degree was English literature. Think of this. All of Shakespeare's works, Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer Night's Dream, As You Like It, King Henry VIII. You put all of Shakespeare's work, and the U.S. tax code is 10 times the size of Shakespeare's work. Shakespeare's a whole lot more interesting to read. So this is way up in 643B. Back when the tax code went into effect in February of 1913, the Barron families, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys purposely put this into the tax code way up here. I will never, ever be a CPA. I'm dyslexic and I transpose numbers. It's ugly. Most CPAs work in 300, 400 level with 1040 tax returns. With this trust, you're going to file a 1041 tax return, and it is legal, patented, and in the IRS tax code 643B. It's been in front of the U.S. Supreme Court twice. And when you set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, I will give you 2 pages of case law, so you can give that to your CPA or your financial advisor, and a copy of Garrett Gunderson's book. It's now called What Billionaires Do. Now, one thing I do work with is business brokers. I do have a JV agreement, and I don't know if you realize this. When you sell a business, any business in the United States, it could be a car wash, it could be an HVAC company, it could be an Amazon store, it could be shares in a marketing company. You're going to pay what you paid for the company, what you sell for the company, and what's in between. You're going to pay 15% or 20% on the sale of that business. True story. A son saw a TikTok video, showed it to his dad. Back in March, they were going to sell a 42-year-old family restaurant. They built the restaurant. They were selling everything as is for $3 million. We had to talk to his business broker because they had to change the contract. At 15%, Jim and his wife saved $460,000. At 20%, he and his wife saved $600,000. 6 figures in taxes will have changes their entire retirement. Jim's 69, his wife Sheila is 68. I just used the wrong name, sorry, but she's 68. She called me on the day of the closing and said jokingly, I have not seen the show. There's a show called My Lottery Dream Home. She wants to talk to David. They want to get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house in Florida within 5 miles of their daughter, who has 3 grandchildren, between $460,000 to $600,000, and call it the capital gains condo. That's selling a business. Now, again, with the beneficial trust, I'm saving so much money doing this. Now, the results and benefits, I have an amazing job. I'm helping people over and over again. I can't guarantee you're going to save in 3 years. I have saved $177,000 in capital gains, in interest income, in dividend income, and in 1099 income. That's what I have done in 3 years. I have, Jim and his wife are saving $460,000 or $600,000 by selling the restaurant. Roberto and his wife are saving $21,000 every single year or more. This is an amazing thing. Now, what happens if you don't do this? Time and money. Yes, there's an expense for the trust. I'll be honest with you on that. When I did my first house, the Rocky Mountain, North Carolina house, I knew I was going to make $30,000. When it finally went to auction, it started at $50,000. It went up to over $64,000. I made $44,000 in profits, and I saved over $10,580 in short-term capital gains on that. It did take me 3 more deals to pay for the trust. I paid for the trust up front to do this. If you don't do the trust, what will it cost you every single year in taxes? It could cost you thousands of dollars. This will save you money from the first year you started and then generation after generation. Again, I'm inviting you to a 30-minute tax breakthrough session, www.thetrustisisyou.com/scheduling. I will need to know your tax bracket and how you file your taxes. My commitment is I want to help as many business owners and 1099 income earners and investors save taxes just like I have. I researched this to find out about it. I teach in a mastermind in my real estate group to teach other real estate investors how to save capital gains, interest income, and rental income. If I can help you save money year after year, generation after generation, I would like you to come to schedule a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. www.thetrustisisyou.com/scheduling. My big promise, if you do come to the meeting, you're going to get Garrett Gunderson's book. You're going to get the 2 pages of case law. And if you start working with the law firm and myself, you are going to have an entire team to help you transition from your LLC, your S Corp or your C Corp, or maybe it's in your own personal name, into the trust. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to help you find out how to save taxes. If I can do this, if the Rockefellers can do this, if U.S. presidents can do this, if the Carnegies, the Kennedys, and other families can do this, you should know this too. Again, the trust is legal, patented, in the IRS Tax Code 643B, like Bravo. It's going to save you federal taxes year after year, generation after generation. It's going to keep your information 100% private. Your LLC does not do this. And I can't stop you from being sued, but you will not pay any judgments with the trust. It can save you thousands of dollars. My name is Sally Gimmon. The website, thetrustisisyou.com. There's an 18-minute video. I will email. You will get to send to your email for free, so you can watch that. Please set a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me to see how much we can start saving you money. If you decide not to go forward, I have also a nonprofit to teach you about, so you can start saving money that way too. Have a beautiful weekend. I don't know where y'all are. I'm just outside Charlotte, North Carolina. It is an amazing day. There's no humidity, so I'm going out for a walk. Take care. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for watching.